You're listening to Movies, 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 where I give a quick rundown of the movies coming out in movie theaters. I'm going to talk about movies that are coming out on January the 22nd. The first one's called Born a Champion. No tomato meter with the 80% audience score. A former Marine prepares for a jiu-jitsu rematch against a bruising opponent who cheated during their first encounter. It's an action drama directed by Alex Rivello, produced by Ali Afshar, Paul J. Alessi, Kevin Ashbel, Daniel Aspermonte, and Ava Retke. Written by Sean Patrick Flannery and Alex Rivello. It is 1 hour and 52 minutes long by Forest Films and ESX Entertainment. Some of the cast and crew: Maurice Comte as Roscoe, Costas Mandylor as Demetrius, Curry Graham as Birchman, Dennis Quaid as Mason, Katrina Bowden as Layla, and Sean Patrick Flannery as Mickey. No Man's Land, 35% on tomato meter with a 90% audience score. Border vigilante Bill Greer and his son Jackson are on patrol when Jackson accidentally kills a Mexican immigrant boy. Bill tries to take the blame, but Texas Ranger Ramirez sees through the lie, spurring Jackson to flee south on horseback across the Rio Grande to become a gringo, illegal alien, in Mexico. Chased by Texas Rangers and Mexican federals, Jackson journeys across deserts and mountains to seek forgiveness from the dead boy's vengeful father, as he falls in love with land he is taught to hate. It is a drama western, directed by Connor Allen, produced by Rob Allen, Connor Allen, Jake Allen, Victor Almeida, and Joel Shapiro. Written by Jake Elling, David Barraza. It is 1 hour and 55 minutes long. Some of the cast and crew: George Lopez as Ramirez, Alex McNichol as Lucas Greer, George A. Jimenez as Gustavo, Jake Elling as Jackson Greer, Indy McDowell as Monica Greer, and Frank Grillo as Bill Greer. Our Friend, 84% on tomato meter with a 96% on the audience score. This movie tells the inspiring and extraordinary true story of the Teague family, journalist Matt, his vibrant wife Nicole, and their two young daughters, and how their lives are upended in Nicole's heartbreaking diagnosis of terminal cancer. As Matt's responsibilities as caretaker and parent become increasingly overwhelming, the couple's best friend, Dane Pachaw, offers to come and help out. As Dane puts his life on hold to stay with his friends, the impact of this life-altering decision proves greater and more profound than anyone could have imagined. It's a comedy drama, directed by Gabriella Cowperthwaite, produced by Michael A. Pruss, Teddy Schwarzman, Ryan Stowell, and Kevin J. Walsh. Written by Brad Inglesby. It is 2 hours and 4 minutes long by Scott Free Productions, STX International, and Black Bear Pictures. Some of the cast and crew: John McConnell as Glenn Hathaway, Casey Affleck as Matt Teague, Violet McGraw as Evie Teague, Isabella Kai Rice as Molly Teague, Jason Siegel as Dane Facha, and Dakota Johnson as Nicole Teague. Preparations to be together for an unknown period of time. See, that's the longest one I've seen in a long time. 88% on tomato meter, no audience score. A neurosurgeon returns to Budapest to reunite with the love of her life, a man who says they have never met. It's a drama produced by Peter Skalski, It is 1 hour and 35 minutes long by Post Restant. Some of the cast and crew: Andor Lukatz as Dr. Fried, Solt Nagy as Craven Barna, Burnett Villemagny as Alex, Victor Bodo as Dr. Janos Drexler, and Ateza Stork as Busy Marta. PG Psycho Gorman. 90% on the tomato meter with a 66% audience score. Siblings Mimi and Luke unwittingly resurrect an ancient alien overlord who has entombed on Earth millions of years ago after a failed attempt to destroy the universe. They nicknamed the evil creature Psycho Gorman, or PG for short, and use the magical amulet they discovered to force him to obey their childish whims. It isn't long before PG's reappearance draws the attention of intergalactic friends and foes from across the cosmos, and a rogues gallery of alien combatants converges in small-town suburbia to battle for the fate of the galaxy. It is a horror comedy directed by Steven Kostanski, produced by Stuart F. Andrews, Shannon Hanmer, Steven Kostanski, written by Steven Kostanski. It is 1 hour and 35 minutes long by Dystopia Films and Raven Banner Entertainment. Some of the cast and crew: Rick Amsbury as Dennis, Matthew Nienaber as Psycho Gorman or PG, Alex Cara Hansey as Susan, Adam Brooks as Greg, Owen Meyer as Luke, and Nita Josie Hanna as Mimi. The Human Factor. 92% on tomato meter, no audience score. With unprecedented access to the foremost American negotiators, The Human Factor is a behind-the-scenes story from the last 25 years of how the United States came within reach of pulling off the impossible, securing peace between Israel and its neighbors. Today, the need to learn from the past mistakes couldn't be more urgent. It's a documentary directed by Dror More, produced by Dror More and Teddy Leifer. It is 1 hour and 48 minutes long by Rise Films and DMP Films. Baby Done. 96% on tomato meter with a 40% audience score. When Zoe and Tim find out they are having a baby, they resolve to not let parenthood change them. Tim runs toward being a dad, while Zoe runs away from being a mom. Terrified that her life won't be her own anymore, Zoe is still determined to tick off a list of their wildest dreams before the baby arrives. Zoe's increasing denial about her impending birth pushes her and her relationship to the limit. It's a comedy, directed by Curtis Vowell, produced by Morgan Wyro, written by Sophie Henderson. It's 1 hour and 31 minutes long by Picky Films. Identifying features. 100% on tomato meter with no audience score. A woman tries to find her son's whereabouts after he leaves Mexico to find work in the United States. It's a drama directed by Fernanda Valdez, produced by Zaga Kababy, Astrid Rodero, and Fernanda Valadez. Written by Astrid Rodero and Fernanda Valadez. 1 hour and 35 minutes long by Prokin Avanti Pictures, Inaguas Scene, Corpulenta Producciones, Nephilim Producciones. Some of the cast and crew: Chuya, Rigo, and Olivia. Juan Jesus Valera as Jesus, David Ilescas as Miguel, and Mercedes Hernandez as Magdalena. Alright, that is it for movies coming out on January the 22nd. Have fun watching the movies. This show is brought to you by Heartland Production Entertainment. If you'd like to help to make the show better, go to patreon.com/heartlandpae.